biggest secret to all promotion is one of the hardest lessons to learn, that it's all about them, not you. And everybody you meet, you ask them questions instead of blather on about yourself. It's a really hard thing to get used to. People don't know how to talk about anything but themselves anymore. And it's exhausting. You know, you go to these lunches and you sit down and they say hi, and then they talk about themselves for an hour. And at the end you go, wow, nice to meet you. But please, like, never forget for the next few days that the real reason you came all this way is because of the other people that are sitting next to you and the other people in the halls and the other people on the street. In the end, people do business with people they like. I turned my attention at conferences from networking to just meeting friends. It just kind of feels like as if a mutual friend of all of ours was having a dinner party and we're all here and we're just hanging and talking. And then the fact that you are a brilliant musician or this person is a booking agent becomes kind of secondary to the other stuff. That the way to be interesting is to be interested in others. I'd actually like to do an hour-long talk about the culture of learning, because I think a lot of people in their teens and early 20s, they're constantly learning, and then they hit a certain point of proficiency where they're good at what they do, and they kind of stop learning, they stop listening to outside input, and they just turn their attention to pure promotion. So it's like, no, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm going to spend all my energy just telling everybody about it, instead of continuing to learn and grow. I still think it's really important, especially at an event like this, to constantly be learning from everybody around you and not just have this attitude of, well, this is who I am already. One of the fun things to ask people is, like, what's the hardest part about your job, or what's tough about that? Because then you hear them kind of have these complaints, and then it's kind of cool to think how you can help them make their job easier. Most musicians, if, say, imagine, you know, you've got a guitar on your shoulder, you're in line at the post office, and somebody says, oh, you're a musician, what kind of music do you do? You know what every musician says. I kind of do, it's kind of like rock, jazz, pop, kind of, you know, so I'm a little bit of fusion, kind of funk, kind of country, a little bit of, you know, this and that. You really can't describe it, but you know what? Hold on, here's my flyer. We're playing next Thursday night at 11 o'clock downtown. You just got to come check us out. You can't describe it, just check us out, you'll see. And the person will be friendly, they'll go, oh, okay, good. That's the end of that conversation. So now think of it from the other person's point of view. Imagine that you were waiting in line at the post office, you saw a person wearing a suit, and he said, oh, you're very clean. Are you in business or something? And he said, yeah, well, I've got a business. And he said, well, what kind of business is it? And they said, well, we've got, you know, we sell some things. We can make some money. You know, we've been around for a few years. We've got an entrance. You know, it's pretty good. We got a building. You know, it's like we come to work. We do some stuff. And they said, but you know what? Hold on. Here's my card. We're out on Route 17, about 10 miles. We're only open from Thursday night from 11 to 11:30 p.m., but you just got to come check us out. You just can't describe it. Just check us out. And, yeah. Some of the best bits of advice I got submitted to me here, that we're going to show a few clips next, are from people who said that the best thing they did was getting out of their comfort zone and talking to strangers, or if you're with a group, splitting up.
Show up. There's no attendance policy at South by Southwest, but you do have the opportunity to go to as many panels, sessions, showcases that you can possibly go to. Shake hands, talk to people, get on mailing lists, go to shows. Take advantage. You have a wonderful opportunity here that you may not get anywhere else in the country any other time of year. Have fun.
My advice is, if you're coming here to be a commercial success, don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Be open to suggestions. That's the best way to make new relationships and to improve your material.
When people are here, it's too crowded. It's too crazy. There's too much going on. That I really feel that this next few days for you is a great way to make tiny introductions, but everything is going to happen afterwards. Don't think that anything is going to happen here. Again, it seems to be the mistake that a lot of people make, is they spend a bunch of money, they come all this way, they do what they think is promotion at the conference, and then they go home and grumble that they didn't get much out of it. They're missing the whole point, that there isn't much to get out of this. This is just introductions. Everything happens after.
Ask questions and learn, get advice, and then follow up. Follow up with the people that you gelled with. Follow up with the people who were into what you're about.
Smile for the cameras.